How fast are you going right now?
It just says 0. I don't even know.
Feel good. So Josh, at the beginning of that event, he had said that this is the last thing you're going to think about, but the first thing you're going to get in trouble with. That was talking about DOT. So why is that? Why is that the last thing that somebody that owns a fleet of trucks or does anything in that kind of business would think about?
As the owner, they're so busy with everything else, growing the business, getting customers on the phone with customers, meetings, trying to figure out receivables, that their last thing they're thinking about is, doing a walk around with a truck, you know,
So why would it be the first thing they get in trouble
because it's the last thing they think about.
with?
Because they're not if they're not doing it's true. Because if they're not, thinking about that, they're not training their guys on that. They're not fixing problems that can get them pulled over and get them a $10,000 fine.
So who's thinking about
The police, them state troopers. That's why you can fly by them at 85 miles an hour and just wave at them. They're not looking for you. They're looking for the big trucks.
that? So what did that state trooper say up there on stage today?
Oh man,
He said, "Doesn't matter how many third party places check your truck.
I can find. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many third party mechanic shops or fleet companies can check your truck. I'm gonna find something wrong with your truck.
Yeah. So the thing that's an afterthought for a business owner is something that literally the state troopers are training to spot.
Yeah, it's not like they're doing an inspection on your truck. They are literally they're hunting for something to find, even if it's the littlest thing.
But why is that like a big deal? Obviously, we don't want to get pulled over, but why is that a big deal for a business owner?
For them to be for them to have an officer
if,
find something wrong.
If they get pulled over and they find something wrong, why is it a big deal?
It's a huge cost. Way more than it's going to cost than in fines.
So let's say you had a fruit produce trucking company.
Okay, so
they have a guy that gets pulled over, and then somebody they find. Give an example of something that could be found by a trooper, and then why that's a big problem. And
so speaking of produce, a big truck full of, let's say, strawberries that could be a $2 million load. Well, for starters, that's $2 million. That truck gets pulled over and that trooper downs that truck because he found that your brakes were
for that Adam guy that's in the comments, even if it's $100,000 worth of strawberries. Okay?
Even if it's $100,000 worth of strawberries,
because
it's 1952,
But anyway,
yeah. So that DOT officer is going to down your truck,
what does that
and
mean? English.
he is going to put your truck out of commission,
Which means
meaning you are not going to be allowed to drive that truck away from that traffic stop.
Right.
You are going to have to call a third party shop to come service that whatever's wrong. After it gets fixed, it's going to have to get signed off by a DOT officer, plus fines. And if that third party company doesn't get to you for for another day, well, there goes some strawberries for starters. Gone. You done lost $1 million or $100,000 worth of strawberries, and you didn't deliver those strawberries in time, so you just lost that client. I also forgot to mention at this point that after this DOT inspection, it automatically within 72 hours gets uploaded to the FMCSA's system, which that shows the level of inspection that was done. It also shows if there were any violations. It'll also show if the vehicle is placed out of service. And this can directly affect your CSA score, which a bad inspection will get you it'll hurt your CSA score. Good inspection, it can actually boost your CSA score. So let's get back to the video.
Example of Like, give me what's one thing that the officer could down a truck over. Do a common one. What's a common thing?
Brakes, air leaks.
How would an officer know that?
So the officer is, for starters, the officer gets trained and certified in commercial vehicles inspections. A specific officer, a DOT officer, specifically like state troopers. They get certified in DOT inspections, so they can do a DOT inspection on the side of the road, and they know every bit of that handbook like a preacher knows the Bible. So they're going to get down there with their measurement tools. They're going to check the brakes. They're going to check the air for air leaks. They're going to check all the lights. And for all those owner operators out there that have, a million lights on there because it looks cool, if one of those lights is out, you're getting pulled over. If you have a light on the truck, it has to work. So if you have 100 lights, they all have to work.
Not 99?
Not 99.
You got 99 problems with my lights ain't one.
Exactly. Yep.
So the officer's trained to know how to find the brakes are messed up?
Yes.
So let's say he finds that out. And do you know what indicates that? Like, do you know what he would see, or is there like something he has to hook up to find out?
No, he can just climb up under there and look, and there's a brake measurement tool. If it's 10-30 seconds, actually 8-30 seconds. If it's 8-30 seconds or less, that's failing. It's failing DOT.
Okay, so if their brake pad's under 8-30 seconds, the officer downs the truck right there. You're not going anywhere. Where you're at, that's where you stay?
That's where you stay.
Okay, and then what's the process from there? Let's say you have a driver. It's a big produce company, so the driver calls, or what happens from there?
Depending on the company, let's just say if you're let's say you're in Dallas and you're delivering from Dallas and you're staying in Dallas. Well, it might be pretty easy for you, but if you're delivering strawberries from California to Texas or avocados from Mexico to Oklahoma, you might, if you're in Dallas, that company might be able to send another truck to pick up that trailer and finish that load. But if you're not, then that load is stuck with you until you get that truck fixed.
Yeah.
So
the process they go through, the driver calls the company or calls his manager or the dispatch or whatever, hey, I'm down, and then they've got to find a service company.
Yep.
Like yours, they can come out, and then what do y'all do? Like, because obviously it's never at the right time. It's
never at the right time.
It's gonna be at like midnight.
So the real world, we get a call. It's what 7:42. So 7:42, we get a call right now. It's Saturday, so I would then call one of my techs and ask him, "Hey, are you available for a call out?" If he's available for a call out, then we can go ahead and call the client back and let them know, "Hey, if they're within our area, let's say a 60-mile range, we'll let them know that we got a 90-minute ETA.
Yeah.
First, we'll have to, and for starters, it's after hours, so they're going to get charged an after hours fee.
Yeah.
They're going to get charged an emergency service call fee. So everything goes up from a normal standard business day.
Okay.
We're going to have to go out there. We're going to have to figure out what's wrong. Even though the DOT officer said, "Hey, this is wrong. Got an air leak. This light's bad." We still have to do our diagnostics to verify the problem.
Once the problem's verified.
Once that's verified, if it is brakes, well, better have your fingers crossed that we can get parts right now. Because if we can't get parts right now, you're waiting until tomorrow morning. If we can get parts right now, we'll have to run and grab parts, which that's not free either. You'll most likely get charged a parts run. After that parts run, our tech will get back and he'll get started. You know, if it's just brake pads or brake shoes, probably looking at 3 hours per axle. At that after hours rate, plus parts cost, plus markup, all that good stuff.
Right. So all of this is because of what? Because of neglected
Maintenance. Yep.
Okay, so they could have avoided this whole scenario of number one getting stopped. So it doesn't. They could have got stopped for their number 99 light.
Yep.
And then now they find out.
Or missing mud flap.
Or missing mud flap. So then they're looking for a reason to pull them over.
Yep.
And then they look for something to basically give them a citation about. So is it always the same price citation, or does it vary, or
no?
How does that work?
Here in Texas, you're looking at $10,000.
So even no matter what, or is that?
No, you're looking at $10,000 minimum.
Man, it costs you $10,000 to down a truck, huh? That's a fine.
Less. I mean, less. That's the, the bottom.
Okay.
We're not even talking about what it costs outside of what it monetarily costs.
Yeah. So that's a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah.
So then, how do we prevent stuff like that from happening? Like, I guess a light could burn out while you're driving, so you really can't fight that too much. So let's say a light burned out while you're driving, but they get pulled over and they starts the car, everything's good. There's no DOT violations outside of the light. Do they get to just keep rolling, or is that something we'd have to verify? We'd have to look up some information.
You're saying if the
if they just got pulled over a light and there's nothing else was found, it was just that one light out of 100.
You're asking if the DOT officer would let them go?
Yeah, maybe.
It's a case by case. The officer normally has discretion.
Okay.
So if the officer's feeling good, he might say, "Hey, look, here's your ticket. Get it fixed."
Yeah. Okay. So, but outside of that, regular maintenance, and how does somebody know when to do maintenance? Like, how does that?
So,
work?
If it's a owner operator, when they buy the truck, normally the dealer will give them manufacturer suggested intervals, maintenance schedules. There you go. Okay. If it's a big company, the company normally has every PM date or preventative maintenance date for each service due.
Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, well, every driver is supposed to be doing a DVIR, which is a driver vehicle inspection report. They're supposed to do a pre-trip. Some companies have them do pre-trip, mid-trip, and post-trip.
And what would be on that?
What was that?
What would be on that?
Basically a DOT inspection.
Okay.
They would check the lights, the horn, the tires. If the tire tread depth is below a certain number, that's a violation as well. Those reflective tape that you see right there, which is if it's not reflective, damaged, or missing, that's a violation. There's a lot of, our PM sheet, which is a DOT sheet, it has like 140 points on it.
There's a lot of stuff they have to look out for, huh?
Oh yeah.
So obviously your drivers should do it every day.
Yes.
Outside of that, how else? Like, should they have a mechanic look at their truck just to make sure it's good?
I would say minimum every PM gets a DOT inspection, which is normally, depending on how much you drive the truck, I would say minimum 90 days.
So every time somebody needs preventative maintenance, they should do a DOT inspection.
Should do a DOT inspection every time.
So what was the preventive maintenance look like? That's not just an oil change, I guess, right?
Normally, it would be like an oil change and a fuel filter. Like I said, depending on how much you drive the truck.
Okay.
Minimum, I would say 90 days to 120 days.
Okay. Do a DOT inspection from a mechanic, a fleet service company
that is doing the
preventive maintenance.
The oil change and the fuel filter.
Okay, and if they find something on that DOT inspection,
he should report that with his DOT inspection form to that manager or owner, and along with an estimate to get it fixed.
Okay.
and
they do the fix then.
And if the manager or owner says get it done, that fix should get done right away.
So why would they want to get it done then rather than just getting to it when they get to it?
Because they can't risk putting that truck on the road. I mean, for starters, if it's a safety problem, you don't want to risk putting that truck on the road and then it run into somebody like that truck almost did just a second ago.
Yeah, that could have been below 8 millimeter brakes.
Yeah, 830 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Which is like actually it's a quarter inch. I'm sorry, quarter inch is 830 seconds. Yeah. So it could have been below that. Yeah. It could have been an air leak.
Could have been a cell phone.
Could have been a cell phone.
But okay, so you want to do that then. So whenever you're doing the PM, you get the DOT inspection, and if there's any issues, best thing to do is do it then.
Yeah.
Rather than put it off.
Exactly. 100%.
Because now it saves you from having to have that after-hours call,
having to have your
truck down. So obviously, the time alone.
The headache of you getting woken up at 9 o'clock at night and having to stay up until 3 in the morning trying to coordinate a fleet company getting out to your truck.
Yeah, and the state trooper markup.
State trooper markup, yeah. Yeah, because you're going to get hit over the head.
Yeah. So there's a lot of headache that can be done by putting stuff off. There's so much headache that you can create for yourself.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else that you would want to add to any of that?
That's really it. I mean, just maintain your trucks. If you got I got a customer right now. He calls us out every month to do an inspection, and he pays us. He pays us half hour per inspection per truck. It's about 20 trucks, and it's only 1 month, and every time we go out there we find something wrong, whether it's a mud flap that's torn off or a light that's out or brakes that are worn down because the drivers are just idiots and just, I don't know, they're either hard on the brakes or something. But every single month we find something wrong. Every single time.
Yeah, but you guys are just trying to find something wrong. Y'all are trying to make money, aren't you?
I mean, it is the business, but no, I mean, I drive these roads. My family drives these roads. We literally just saw that truck, that 18-wheeler, almost rear-end that small Toyota Tacoma or whatever that was.
It would have been a Tacoma.
It would have been a Tacoma. It was a Tundra, and almost got smashed down to a little Prius.
Yeah.
So, your families drive these roads, and these drivers that are new drivers that don't take care of their trucks, and, they're not going to know to check their brakes. Actually, they will know to check their brakes, but they're going to be too lazy to check their brakes.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that DVIR, based on experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go out there, we do that inspection, we make sure that them trucks are compliant. Also, another thing is that manager, he tells us, whatever it is, get it right. And the reason is because before he called us out there, I believe he got fined. And them trucks cannot be down. A lot of those trucks make, one of my clients, they were smaller trucks, but they made like about $2,000 to $2,500 a day.
Each truck?
Each truck, and they had about 40 trucks on that location.
Yeah.
They were smaller trucks. They weren't full-blown 18-wheelers.
Sure. Little box trucks or something.
Yeah, little, not Isuzus, but like 650 style, F650 style trucks.
Sure.
And if that truck goes down, you're looking at, for starters, the truck has to go back to the yard, has to get towed back to the yard, or it has to stay out there where it's at. A lot of times, if it's a big company, they'll have it towed back to the yard. Then they have to find the mechanic because the mechanic's not going to be out there for.
Yeah, but just a simple tow like that's really not too much money, is it?
No, I would say minimum around $500.
Okay, $500 just to tow it back.
Just to tow it back, even if it's 1 mile.
Got it. Okay. So it could be pretty pricey.
Pretty pricey.
Just for a tow.
Just for a tow.
So the person that thinks of, a mechanic or an on-site fleet service or anything like that, of, hey, they're just looking for money. They're just trying to be money hungry. They'll always try to find something, even the smallest thing. Their mindset's wrong. Their mindset is
100%.
not staying compliant. And it's not just about, compliance. Like you said, it's safety. So these laws and regulations are put in place mainly based on safety.
Based on safety.
Yeah. Okay.
And even then, even if we did find 3 things wrong, and it's because we went through it with the fine-tooth comb and we said, this is wrong, and you didn't believe us, it's your choice to say yes or no.
Yeah.
So it's your choice to call out another company and get a second opinion.
Sure.
But, I mean, we're not going to waste our time with telling you that this is wrong because, a lot of these managers, they know, and they're probably going to run out there and look at it for themselves.
Yeah.
So get away from this wall.
I'm not sure that wall is DOT certified.
There we go.
So DOT is a big deal.
Major. And we're just talking about inspections. We're not talking about not maintaining your truck properly.
Yeah.
An oil leak, a drip is a DOT failure.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
A drip is a DOT failure.
So as a business owner, if I'm like, man, I just want to have my trucks on the road, have them delivering the products, get them back to the yard, do the same thing every day, they should find them a nice fleet service company that can come out to where they don't have to worry about trying to become a mechanic or trying to hire a mechanic and trying to hire somebody that's DOT certified, and then also making sure all the things are taken care of and having the time, because you also had another client where they had their own in-house mechanic, but he just couldn't even keep up.
Oh, yeah.
So you've had a few of those. I mean, that's happened a lot.
Yep.
So, like, if you're in the truck
look
business...
at that top right, that top right light,
Oh, yeah.
out.
Uh-oh.
It's a failure right there.
Sorry, Mr. George.
Sorry, Mr. George. You're getting pulled
over.
over.
They would pull him over for that.
They would pull him. If they were bored,
Uh-huh.
which 9 times out of 10, they're going to pull him over.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not right here in downtown Dallas,
Yeah.
but if he stays going south, he's getting pulled over.
Yeah. There you go. It's as simple as that. So y'all would catch that on your DOT, hey, let's get that light knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, somebody that is in the trucking business, they should focus on the trucking business and find them somebody they can trust that is a good, reputable company and reliable, and that can help keep their trucks maintained. Good job, good job. That horn works. That's DOT, right?
Yep. That's DOT as well. Your windshield wipers are DOT.
Yeah.
If you have a crack in your windshield that's in front of your vision, that's DOT.
That's no good.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
So let's get us a nice fleet company. So if somebody is looking for a fleet company that they could just, basically give them the information on their trucks, have them come out and make sure that they're compliant, how can they get a hold of your company?
We're on LinkedIn, Limitless Fleet Services. They could call us directly, 214-710-4146.
Okay.
If they can't reach us there, our other number is 469-716-5578.
And you're based out of where?
Ennis, Texas, and we service about 150 miles radius of Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay.
So we have clients all the way up to Sherman area, clients all the way down to Waco area, as far west as West Fort Worth, and as far east as Tyler area.
Spread.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spread.
All right, very good. Any closing remarks? Fix them DOTs.
Yeah, fix them DOTs, stay on top of your maintenance. Really, like, as crazy as it sounds, that's it, DOTs, because when them fines come, I know a guy, I'm pretty sure it was like 18 grand. And on top of him having to get his truck fixed, his fines were 18 grand. And he was owner operator, so he felt that sting. Yep.
Very good. Well, give you a call if they anything, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm Michael. I'm the owner. I have a few trucks, service trucks that can handle almost anything from, PMs to DOT inspections on site. Go out to your yard and knock it out.